cautiously optimistic, as you can see the orange that I'm wearing. I'm a Knicks fan. I feel like we should start there. You know, we got CJ on for NBA futures. Last year, I had the Thunder to win it all at 11-1. I did a round robin. For those that don't know what a round robin is, I basically picked the Thunder and the Wolves to play either the Celtics or the Knicks, right? Like that was my round robin, and no one saw the Pacers happening. So I got something in mind for that too if we want to gamble. But CJ, I got to start with New York, man. Very biased. I think this is the year, and expectations are so high. But, bro, am I crazy to think, like, I don't want to say title or bust, but at least the finals with how weak the East is, the injuries. They brought everyone back. New head coach change with Mike Brown coming in, but he got experience. He's not some random guy off the bench. Talk me out of this, or back it, which would be great too. How you feeling about the Knicks?
I like the Knicks. I like that pick this year, definitely because, like you said, the East is super weak this year. A lot of injuries, a lot of unknowns with a lot of teams coming back. So, like you said, this is the year that they get to the finals and eventually win it. This is the year right here because I'm not a big fan of the Knicks. I don't trust the Knicks. I don't trust Cat down the stretch. But I do like Mike Brown. I like the Jordan Clarkson addition. I like the little pieces that they added. So, I mean, if this is the year to do it, this has to be the year.
Nah, I mean, look, you know, with Towns, I'd say of all the players on the Knicks, probably the most him and Bridges are the most polarizing.
Yeah.
But Towns, like a lot of people forget, dude, they made that trade like 10 days before the season started. So now you have a full year with them, and you get all the way to the conference finals. We were talking about it, and, you know, we mentioned it before. I'm a huge Giants fan also, and how the Giants lost to Denver over the weekend reminded me of how the Pacers beat the Knicks in game 1. Like, when I saw that game, bro, and what was his name? I'm blanking on the dude that hit all the threes.
Nembhard?
No, not Nembhard.
Oh, Naismith.
Naismith.
Yeah.
He went
got hot.
7 for 7.
Yeah.
When that was happening, and then Halliburton hits that shot, even though it was game 1, and everyone's like, you know, it's still a series. I was like, bro, the inevitable is gonna happen. I just felt that way with the Giants yesterday. Like, I feel like their season's over. But even with the Knicks, like, they went all the way to the conference finals against the Pacers like that. And then this year, to his point, they bring everyone back. I like Yabusele being signed. Towns up and down, like I was saying. They got Brunson, who, like, bro, in New York, like, this dude could get away with mass murder.
Anything, right?
Defend him over there. And just the pieces that they have, and I feel like it's another year. Like, it's the growing pains, but the expectations are crazy high. Like, anything less than a finals appearance. I'm not even saying for them to win it, because whoever they would play in the West, I feel like they'd be a big underdog too.
Yeah.
But you got to at least get there, bro.
Yeah, I think if they would have kept Tibbs, I would be even more high on them. But with the new coach, I think and I love Mike Brown, but just with a new coach, a new system, all these new players, new pieces you got to add together, I think just having Tibbs would have been like the icing on the cake for me to pick him for sure. But this year, like adding a new coaches take a little time just to, you know, put their systems in, get their culture onto the franchise. So that's my only reason of not picking him to win it this year, just because of the new coach.
Are we going to see a deeper rotation than 7?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, that's just about anything that Knicks fans are looking for. And Mike Brown. Did you ever get the chance to play with him or play for him?
Coached against him, but never played for him. So I always loved him. I did like summer clinics here in Vegas, at the Girls Camp here when he always used to run the camp. So I love his energy and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, he's one of the elite coaches when you see like his like path in career. Like, he definitely has a championship caliber. It's looking good for the Knicks. The East is just like you were saying. It's such a flip of a coin. That's the main storyline that I think everybody's going to be paying attention to. And for the first 15 games, at least.
Nah, for sure. And I think even longer than that. It's just because, like, Halliburton out, Tatum out, Lillard got traded. He was going to be out anyway. He's back in Portland. You're looking at it like there's a couple of odds that I like. Like, to me, just the idea that I got the best player in the conference if you're Giannis. The Bucks are 30-1 to win the East. Like, to me, it's like, bro, you have him, you have a chance.
Yeah.
And back to the thing with Mike Brown, though, one of my favorite moments on the pod, bro, was when he debunked my whole Miami flu thing. Because like for years I was running with that shit, and you were like, I don't know, man. I got back to the hotel late one day, and then I had a career high, and I was like, well, there goes fucking 7 years of content that I've been disputing. How long does it take, though? On a serious note, you were talking about the systems, like. Is it 30 games? Is it 60 games? Are we not going to see it until March? Like, what's the timetable from your experience?
I think maybe like, All-Star break maybe.
Really? That
yeah,
long?
I think so, yeah, because you want to get your starters in sync. You want to get your bench players in sync with how many minutes they're going to play each and every night. And then everyone has to buy in. When your players don't buy in, it takes a while to buy in. That kind of proceeds the drafts part of it. So I definitely think it's kind of like a halfway midpoint to the season, to where everyone is bought in. Everyone knows their tendencies, weaknesses, strengths, and stuff like that to put it all together.
Now, you correct me if I'm wrong. You said that there was someone else you liked out the East besides the Knicks?
No, not out the East.
Oh, not out the East.
Yeah.
You're saying just for them to win it.
Just for them to win it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Like, there's so much pressure now because if they don't get to the finals, I'm gonna be severely disappointed.
And that payroll is high too. They gotta win.
yeah, and also like Brunson took one pay cut. He's not gonna want to take another pay cut.
Right.
Also, I wouldn't take another pay cut. Like I did y'all the favor one time.
Right. That's all you get.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I left 110 million on the table.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
But then again, to each their own. You know how I am. I'm taking the money.
Right.
Let me figure out everything else after, because then your shelf life as an athlete it comes and goes. So I'm not leaving that kind of money. 10, 20 if I'm making 200 plus million, but 110 is
that's a lot of money left on the table. And in New York, where the state tax is super high.
Bro, yeah, you ain't kidding. So who else in the East do you like? Like, is there a team that you think might kind of sneak up on people, or people are just not talking about?
I want to see how Embiid and PG come back, and if they're healthy enough to play together with Maxey. I think that's a dominant big three in the East. So I'm interested to see how they kind of mesh together and play well together, if they play well at all.
I can't get behind that, bro.
Yeah, that's the only storyline that I can see out of.
I mean, that's such a hot take that I almost want to like tail that as a long shot, CJ, so that way we could ride it out this entire season, because nobody's high on the 76ers.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah,
everybody's over the. I mean, the process is non-existent at this point. It's just been like driven into the ground. Like, what is the new wave? It has to be that Maxey is your engine, and that everybody falls in line with him.
Yeah.
Or do you think this should still be a team that's centered around Embiid?
I mean, you got to put it around Maxey. He's the future of the team, but Embiid is still a big piece. He's still one of the best centers in the league when he's healthy, and PG is one of those guys too. So when they're all healthy, they're tough to beat on paper. Just how can they put it all together, and with the system that Nick Nurse can put together.
Right.
Bro, I just think it's the health, man. Like, I remember last year, their win total was like 46.5, and both those guys were questionable coming into the year. And I'm like, yo, if your whole opinion on this team depends on them two being healthy, like, they've kind of been a punching bag the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I like both of them, but your best ability is availability.
Yep.
And then they came into the year either hobbled and injured, and you're like, bro, if you're ready, it was like the 49ers last year.
Yep.
It was like, bro,
you saw the writing on the wall.
You saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Their first round pick got shot.
Right. Yeah.
Like, bro, guys left and right injured. Brandon Ayuk by week 3 tore his ACL. It's like, man, they were just snake bit and red flags. And that's how I felt about the 76ers last year. And it's kind of like, you got to prove me wrong. It's the same thing. Like, whose roster I really like? I really like the Clippers.
Yeah, me too.
But then come playoff time, it's like, what was the thing? He shoots tour dates.
Yeah.
James Harden, it's like 4 for 23. And you're like, damn, bro, he just has so many of these.
Yeah.
And then how often are they going to be available? Like Kawhi and those guys too.
Yeah.
So
and their age and all that kind of stuff plays a part.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing why I can't get behind the 76ers. I thought you were going to maybe say, I like Orlando.
No, that's my sleeper team, but
Really?
I don't think I think they'll maybe get to the second round. Maybe I think they made some good signings in the offseason. Like Bane, I love Bane's game.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a big piece for them. That's something they didn't have last year. Another shooter, another scorer. So they're young and talented. I think their time is like another year or two maybe.
Paulo MVP candidate? Question mark?
It's too soon. I think another year.
Okay, so like, yo, the moment they signed Bane, right? I looked at his odds, and every time I like pull up the betting odds, we do this all the time. Sometimes we'll be talking about a player, and most famously it was like Puka Nacua his rookie year.
Yeah.
We were talking about Puka, and like he was on pace to break all these rookie records. And I was just like, as George was talking, I pull up and his odds, he was like 35-1 to win rookie of the year with 3 games left. And CJ had just got concussed, CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, time the fuck out. Like these odds are crazy. And it ended up coming down to a pick 'em. CJ won the award, but like that was just such a good read because from 35-1 for it to be a pick 'em. I did the same thing with Paolo. And Paolo, that playoff series against the Celtics, he was balling out.
Yeah.
Last year, the Magic were playing really well, and then Wagner got hurt, and then he got hurt. So like those guys together, and then Jalen Suggs was out for the year. He got banged up too. I always try to find like, I like being a year early on teams.
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago, the first year that the Thunder were the 1 seed, I bet them to be a top 3 seed. There was a prop, and they were like 3-1. I was like, man, these young teams, they tend to care more about the regular season. Would you agree with that? Is that something that
for sure? Because they're hungry. They're trying to make a name for themselves. They're probably trying to get that first contract too. So all that stuff plays a part, and they want to get respected by the OGs in the game, the Kevin Durant's, the James Hardens, all these guys who they've seen or become superstars in the league. They want to go against them. That's why Anthony Edwards gets up for those big games against KD because that's his idol, and he wants to play well against him and get that respect. So I definitely agree with it and see it a lot.
Yeah, because like the Magic, they're 50.5. It's the highest win total they've had since like Rashard Lewis and Dwight Howard, like going all the way.
Hito
back.
Turkoglu.
Yeah, going all the way back there. And yeah, like Paolo, he's 100-1 to win MVP. I just think he's been in the league now for what is it, 4? This is year 5. He's about to be. He just got paid, so he kind of got to prove it too. And he's still super young, man. He's gonna be 23, like at some point during the season.
Yeah.
And he was one guy that I looked at. I'm like, man, as like a long shot, I kind of liked Paolo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think his game is definitely blossoming, and he's getting better and better. And I want to see like his defensive mindset, like maybe this year, see if that kind of clicks on trying to be a 2-way player. I think that's how you kind of propel yourself into that MVP talk, especially when you're so young and have such a bright future ahead of you. I think once he tries to do that, I think he'll definitely be in it for sure.
Yeah, and then also the other thing with me, like I don't like betting the favorite. Like SGA plus 180, Jokic plus 200, and then it's going to be a catastrophe for the sports books if Luka wins MVP. Everybody's like, skinny Luka. And, LeBron's going to be out for a little bit of time. So maybe like early on in the season, everything is on him.
Yeah.
How you feel about the Lakers? Because obviously they're such a big brand. Like they're a very polarizing team. I think that you got to pay a tax with them.
Yeah.
Like their odds should not be what they are. They should be a team that's like 35-1.
Yeah.
But they're 20-1 because it's the LA Lakers.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I see them probably maybe in the playing game, especially depending on how LeBron's health comes around, and maybe if he decides to maybe say this is his last year or whatever, or come up with another ad or something like that. So I don't know, but I definitely like to see Luka get in shape and be kind of focused on the season and not worry about the other stuff. But I think just being around different players like LeBron kind of changed his mindset, and he saw how LeBron took it serious and focused on the game. So maybe it'll change his mindset too.
Yeah, he's built for Los Angeles. Like I don't know if you listened to the Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and Steve Nash. Luka was on for an episode, and he's just so classic. You know what I mean? Like he's so laid back. It was the first time he's ever seen the beach, and he's like, "I come to Los Angeles and I see beach and I go beach."
Yeah,
like just like that. And I'm like, oh, this is heaven for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a kid coming from where he came from to be in the land of stars. Like this is definitely his moment. He's going to pop off in a big way. And I think LeBron is going to have a better season than we think, like if this is really it, like he's going to go balls to the walls.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, he's Luka's a top 5 player every year. And like you said, he's definitely built for LA. And then if they build that team around him, he's seen what he did in Dallas with not a lot of help, but they put some pieces around him. He can really make that team and that brand grow even bigger.
Right. I think, it's just it'll be a faster style offense this year, I believe.
Yeah.
From the Lakers. Like I feel like everything in Luka's career has been very controlled and slowed at his pace. And I think this year is going to be like JJ Redick's making them run and gun a little bit more. That's just the way I feel you have to play to keep up with these teams.
Especially in the West. Yeah, the West is so tough. I mean, top to bottom, you can easily be in the playoffs or out of the playoffs.
Do you feel that stylistically going into this year that like the East is going to thrive on being a little more, defensive focused, where in the West it's going to be race to 130?
I think that's how it always has been. The East Coast teams are more methodical, like, back in the 90s, take a good shot, pound it in the paint. But now I think with all the ball movement now, everyone's trying to run and gun, but also play a little bit of defense.
Right.
So I think, whoever scores the most points, I think, and plays a little bit of defense, get a couple stops in a row, will obviously be a winner at the end.
How do you feel about the Thunder? Because we haven't had a repeat champion in a very long time.
Yeah.
They're the heavy favorite. They're a 2-1 favorite. I feel like I've said this the last 3 years. Like, Denver has the best chance to repeat, and then the Celtics have the best chance to repeat. But to your point, they could score, beat you in so many different ways, and they could defend.
Yeah.
And there's no drop off when they bring in the Carusos off the bench and Hartenstein.
Yeah.
They're so methodical, and they could just. I like teams that are versatile.
Yeah.
Right. That was the big problem with the Knicks. It's like, damn, if Brunson's not on the court, it's a wrap. And then he's playing 48 minutes straight, How you feel about the Thunder? Do you think this is something like the beginning of a dynasty, or what are your thoughts?
I think if this is the year that they can go back, a team can go back to back, is this year, because they're bringing basically everyone back, and they got youth on their side. I think that's the biggest thing with having winning some back to back. You got to have a lot of luck on your side. I think Boston was my favorite to win it last year, without the injuries. So I definitely think this is their year. And Shea is, to me, like a young Kobe. He's unguardable. He gets to his spots, and like you said, the bench is great. They got shooters around. Chet is only going to get better. Jalen Williams is only going to get better. So I mean, the sky is the limit for them.
Yeah, it's crazy that SGA is the old head on the team.
Yeah,
he's 27.
Yeah.
It's bro,
they got another good 3 or 4 year run in him.
Yeah. It's wild, man. I just started watching the Starting Five on Netflix. You happen to catch that at all?
No.
Starting Five. I like this new season better than the one before.
Yeah.
And SGA is a huge feature in it. And he was just saying he was getting his hair done before one of the games, and he was like, man, I remember coming into the league, if I got 30, I was excited. Now when I get 30, it's a bad night. And then I was just thinking about, from a betting perspective, this dude's, point totals got up to, 35 and a half. He was getting 38, 39. He was going crazy.
Yeah.
And, to your point, man, it's so hard to – my favorite bet, it's super chalk, but sometimes when you play, finals matchups, Thunder Knicks is 12-1. So $100 wins you $1,200. I like that one the most. The other team that I think could be interesting, there's also this other trend we talk about all the time, how if you just look at the top 6 favorites, that's where your champion has been 22 of the last 25.
Yeah.
You had the Pistons in 04, you had that Mavericks team, and then you had the Raptors. And even them, they were the 8th. Right? This idea of you picking a team, for example, off the top, the Portland Trailblazers, who are 90-1. It's bro, that shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a team like the Memphis Grizzlies at 80-1. Your champion's gonna be from Thunder, Cavs, Nuggets, Knicks, Rockets, and then you have both LA teams together. And then following that is Minnesota. But you're looking at from Knicks to Minnesota, it's a $2 difference. So it's everyone's bunched together.
Yeah.
Would you take one of those teams or the field?
Top 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the top 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Denver. I like Houston. I think Denver got better. Their bench was the issue last year. When Jokic went off the court, they had no scoring, but I think they kind of shored that up now. And I love Houston. Adding KD that's a no-brainer. With that young talent, I mean, this is the time for them to win too. It's the next year or so.
You're not worried about the Van Vliet injury? I feel like that one came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It was tough, But I like Amen Thompson, I like Reed Shepherd. I think for them now is, they got to step up, and being around KD, that would hopefully help them, and being around a championship mindset, championship players, and an OG. I mean, he's one of the best players ever in the game. I mean, why would you not want to listen to him and take his advice and all that kind of stuff? So I think adding him in that mindset of the coach to that team, it just kind of puts Houston in top 3 in my eyes.
I love KD at 70-1 to win MVP. Does it have a legitimate chance?
I might, if he can stay healthy too. That's the whole thing.
He's played the requirement for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
This is like the first time he's on what I would consider a legitimate contender. I don't necessarily feel the teams that he had out in Phoenix were title contenders, but I do feel like this Rockets team has the pieces. At 70-1 right now on like I'm 37. People aren't adding me in the conversation like how they did 7 years ago. That's pissing me off. I would love to see this and be a part of the KD revenge story. I like Houston to go all the way to the finals, 10-1 right now to win the West.
Yes, I mean that's not a bad bet.
Yeah,
I got a better one for you if you feel that way.
I'm feeling froggy with the Rockets.
Durant to be Finals MVP. Some sports books you can make that bet now. He's 40-1. You figure they get to the finals.
He's for sure MVP.
I double it up. Yeah,
I think you just get better odds there, right? Like the one bet that I was looking at, the Knicks. The Knicks are 8-1 to win the championship, and then Brunson's 20-1 to be Finals MVP. I just feel like it's like a correlated bet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like
for sure, yeah.
You're not gonna get that. No disrespect to Iguodala, but like.
Yeah,
one of the most controversial
right
ones. And apparently like there was so that was the first year that the Warriors won the title, and there was like a big like conspiracy in the betting community because he was like 200-1 to win it. And apparently like all the sports books would have got like their shit punched in if Curry would have won MVP. So a lot of people are like, bro, they did that on purpose. They really got the call because they're like, how the fuck? That was my favorite argument against it, because it'd be like, yo, he contained LeBron, and then LeBron had like 34, 8, and 9, and you're like, did he?
I mean, he did play good though.
Nah, he did. Yeah,
defensively and offensively, he hit some big time threes. Like,
yeah.
I don't know who votes on the MVP. Is it the team? Is it the writers?
It's the writers, and like in New York State, you can't bet voted on awards.
Yeah.
So like when I lived in New York, I'd dead ass drive to New Jersey, get the location services on my phone, and then I'd be like, all right, I got to bet my Super Bowl MVP. Because you just couldn't. Like, there's just a couple of rules and regulations in certain places. In Nevada, it's a shit show. You can bet on whatever you want. But in New York, because of that reason, it's like, bro, I don't know if... Imagine if George had a vote for NBA MVP.
Yeah, you got the insider take.
And like, yo, bro, you better vote for Durant. They got 50-1.
Yeah.
Here's an envelope.
Right.
It's super illegal, but I wouldn't put it past some people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why like it's voted on by you know, your reporters and beat writers. You know, the thing with Houston, he's become, I think, my favorite player in the league to watch is Amen Thompson. He's 20-1 to be Defensive Player of the Year. And I told you before, I don't like betting on the favorite. Wemby's minus 250, so $250 to win you 100. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Remember, for this too, CJ, like you gotta pay this money up front like tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're gonna get paid out in Memorial Day weekend in May when they announce the winners.
Yeah.
You don't want to put up $250 for $100.
$100,
You want to put up $100 to win $2K and like make it a long-term investment.
Right.
And you know how I feel about futures. I love futures, but this dude, man, year 3, he was on the all-rookie team, all-defensive team last year. I think since the Rockets are going to be in a lot of primetime games, they're going to be in spotlight games, they're going to be a top 3 seed projected. How you feel about him? Do you think he could take the next step, or am I punting my money, not taking Wemby?
No, I think so. I definitely think since Van Vliet is hurt, he's going to get a lot more time, especially at the point guard spot. Another one I would throw in there, I don't know what his odds are, but Dyson Daniels. He led the league in steals. I love his game as, like I said, I like him as Defensive Player of the Year. I don't remember the last time a guard won it was probably like Marcus Smart, I think.
Yeah.
So I think a guard is going to win it this year.
Yo, 30-1.
I like this.
Yeah.
76ers.
I mean, bro, this is why he's here. He fucking played in the league. If he's telling us a name, we got to bet on this.
Hey, don't take my word for it. I'm just saying.
No,
Of course not.
Definitely gonna consider it.
I don't want you to bet and call me in May and talking about, hey man, I lost. I need my money
with a Venmo request.
Right.
Like, yo, pay up.
That's hilarious.
Nah, but yo, you know, with the Hawks, you know, they're an interesting team too, man. Like I was looking at their win total. Their win total is 48.5, and at first it jumped out to me, and then you look like they got Porzingis, Trae Young. You know, year after year, his assists are going up, so he's becoming more of a facilitator. They had a really young core last year. I went to the the NBA Cup game, and Dyson Daniels was a motherfucker on a lot of people, bro. So I like that pick too. Wemby is such a big favorite, and then Amen Thompson is 20-1, and then in between that is Chet at 8-1. So like Wemby has been, his odds for MVP were 50-1, and then it got down to 20, and then Melo went on his podcast and said that's his MVP pick, and now he's 8-1. Like no one's odds has shifted as much as Wemby's, and then the guy that's taken the most money has been Luka, like we said before.